and keep hearing Trump is threatening Iran with striking civilian infrastructure if the Strait of Hormuz is not opened. And well, as already it looks like that we are going to suffer because of this war. I mean, already, let alone the civilians in the region, in the entire Middle Eastern region, they suffer. But we across the world, we also suffer because the economies are going to crash. So I just don't know how terrible that we have this theater played in front of our eyes to destroy our worthless lives. And I mean it. We are being treated horrible. It's very unfair, but this is what's happening. Because nobody is going to care if, I mean, already nobody cares about the civilians who are hurt or injured or killed in the region. Nobody cares about that. But the wider impact is that the economies across the world are going to fall. But actually this is depends on your point of view. If you blame the West for it or the East. It's a good question, because both sides attack each other, and the crucial point is, the bottom line is Israel. So the majority, Iran and its allies, Russia and China, don't accept Israel. So they attack Israel, and also through a proxy in Yemen, the Houthis also attack Israel. So the Houthis launch attacks. They had stopped for a while attacking Israel, but they had resumed attacks on Israel. So there's a deadline for Iran to respond to Trump's threat about the Strait of Hormuz, whether or not Iran would open it for Trump's request. Which, yeah, the thing is, we are already seeing price increases because it's terrible, but it's another impact. But beyond that, the worst thing is the ecological impact of this war, because how many millions of oil, the oil refineries had been targeted, and so the pollution from that is just, look at the skies after the refineries were targeted. Black smoke filling the air everywhere. So it's not only that some, some are injured or killed, but it's the impact that they left over it, the pollution. It's terrible. I mean, the whole Middle East is going to be facing air pollution for decades because of the toxic smoke that got into the air. I mean, there's already pollution, but because this toxic filled the air, Now the residents who stay alive, they are going to breathe in terrible toxic air. But nobody cares about that because, well, the Jehovah's Witnesses told me, but you know, the world is in the hands of the evil one, and they were preaching to me stuff like that, and like the evil one is holding the earth, and so that's why things are very terrible. And but what can we do about it if things are so terrible? Because nobody stops the evil ones. Nobody can go out there to stop the evil ones. So that's the problem. And yeah, it's terrible that we are still alive in this era and we can't do anything about this. The wars and the pollution and everything, and it all has to do with the impact of human sin, and humans compete for these worthless resources in the world, and they kill each other for things, and this is why we suffer. And so we have to face all the consequences of this rebellion and human sin to the times coming, or what's left, and it's no good. So I'm just saying, no side is perfect in this matter. You know, this war is terrible for everyone involved, but it's just ironic that I don't know, we also, yeah, I think everything is going to be gone in the future. There won't be schools, there won't be schools, there won't be, I don't know, freedom of movement anymore in the future. I think, as it looks like, it's so bleak, you know, when we would be stranded and not be able to go anywhere, and it's just so the pollution for decades to come from Iran, you know, that pollution, the wind can blow the pollution to neighboring countries, you know, and so but yeah, anyway, but that's the thing, the West doesn't value humans in a sense. It only values a particular small group of people, you know, that serves its interest. The West values those people, but not the majority, obviously. So the West is favoring a small group of people that serve its interests. So that's why we have to suffer. And yeah, what can I say? This is just, you know, something that, you know, cannot be stopped, because even if this war stops temporarily, it's going to resume in the future in one form or another, because the West is not going to, you know, allow Iran to take hold of the economy, you know, like its own economy. So it's going to just, everything is just going downhill, and Iran and also the region and across the world, we are going to feel the impact of pollution and economic crash. So, but yeah, beyond that, I mean, the people who get injured and killed, obviously, it's terrible for them. Especially, I mean, those who, yeah, one day they just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. But yeah, I just wish anyone, yeah, they would. I don't know if there is a heaven or hell in this world. I don't know. But I wish, yeah, those who face this situation, yeah, they would, if there is a heaven, they should get there, because, yeah, it's what they have been facing is very unfair in a way. But I don't know, some people have told me, but what about the intention of the people? So why do they face this bad situation? Um, what is their intention? And do they have any wrong intention that they would be punished for something? And on the surface, it seems like that Iran is the innocent one, and but some would say that the intention of the regime is to kill Jews and make the West collapse or something. So they face, like some would justify the war by saying that they are facing all these consequences because they rebel against Israel. The bottom line is Israel. So the USA defends Israel, obviously, in 99% of the time, the USA defends Israel. So, yeah, so Iran is facing, this situation, a deadline, supposedly by Wednesday, but maybe on Tuesday. Trump would order striking civilian infrastructure in Iran, but it has already ordered the thing. Many buildings have been destroyed in Iran, and who knows, 2,000 or more people have been killed at least. I don't know. It's the numbers that are shared on the news. It's probably inaccurate, but. Both sides want to make it look like that, oh, they are the strong ones. In a way, both sides are in this race for propaganda. The United States is doing a propaganda, and also Iran is doing propaganda. So both sides are guilty of, continuing with this, topic. And we in the rest of the world, we are going to face the consequences, which sucks. I mean, what but then they would say, justify that the reason is, Israel is doing this, against the Gazans, people in Gaza, so that's why they face this situation. And the rest of the world, because it hasn't spoken out against it, they are going to face, the consequences. So, like the whole root of this topic is, the Palestinian, Arab, and Israeli conflict, the basic root of this. So, but then at the same time, Trump is saying that no, this is economic, that Iran is trying to control, the Strait of Hormuz, and don't allow ships to pass, and so it's helping China, and China is, making sure that the USA falls, and so yeah, these reasons for this war is, but why? I just don't get it, why we have to suffer, because definitely we are going to be able to do much less than before. And what do I have to do with this war? In a sense, like I the thing is, this guilt is projected onto everyone. Like they say you are guilty of this, you are guilty of that. It's like a projection of guilt, you know, like and so Iran is doing this as well, projecting this guilt propaganda. And the USA does the same, you know, these sides make propaganda, but like ultimately they destroy people, whichever side, you know, the Western or the Eastern, they destroy people at the end of the day. So that's why it's just hypocritical. Both sides are doing propaganda, but one says, and that's why sometimes you know this that no one is innocent completely. Like in this world, you know, it's kind of holds some value because both sides are doing something wrong, like they hurt or kill people at the end of the day. So USA, Israel, and also Iran. So somebody gets injured or hurt in the process. So basically, like all sides have some sort of guilt that they carry. But why do we have to pay a price for all this happening? Why do we have to pay a price for all this happening in the Middle East? What do I have to do with this for? I'm not working in a factory, you know, like that is making arms to kill people, you know, or drones, you know, drones that, you know, someday end up hitting, you know, I don't know, Iran or Israel or wherever, you know, the Gulf countries or something. Why do I have to pay a price for this war? But at the same time, I have to realize that people are so mean and human nature sucks so much that both sides are frigging guilty. The USA, Israel, and also Iran. They are just killing or hurting people at the end of the day. They reach no result whatsoever. Just they kill or injure people and destroy cities, you know, and they create this economic, you know, the Great Depression of 1929, when there was a worldwide economic collapse, recession. That is what is being created by this, you know, this war. It's just a pretext to destroy people, you know. So the 1929 Great Depression, the economic recession worldwide, it's coming. That recession is coming. And so, but what do we have to do with this war? It's not mine. It's not, why do I have to pay for it? That's another thing, you know, it's just bullshit. So I find in a way Iran, yeah, it says some, you know, thing justification, but somewhat hypocritical too. Just like the USA is also hypocritical. So both sides, they just arrange this textbook. You know, like, you know, it's written in the holy books that nation will rise against nation, and there are going to be wars and all that prophecies. Unfortunately, this bullshit is taking place. You know, people are making, you know, this arrangement that everything is turning out to be like this. And yeah, basically they just destroy us. And it's annoying that why do some people have such power to destroy us? Like, but then again, it's has nothing to do with me because I'm just a nobody. In the Western world, but also in Iran too, those who are in power, you know, they do things according to the steps. Sorry, I have to finish right. I hope that this was not heard. I don't know if this was heard. Um, I don't know about YouTube. I have to cut. I can't cut this out, but I hope it was not audible. I got a call, and so I have to wrap up this. But I'm just saying, why do I have to pay a price for this nonsense war that I? But this is the textbook, the religions, that make people fight over nothing. So it's, has to do with that. Bye.